Hey guys, welcome back. Today I have a new product. I'm going to go ahead and do a full face, but I am going to show you one product that I kind of just tried it on my cheek and I was really impressed. This is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Glow Luminizing Fluid Foundation Broad Spectrum 20. And I have this on the number 2 rose. And I've been looking for something that's not going to be so drying to my skin. And see, that I thought that might be a good color. Might be a little too dark. Let's find out. But this is more of a dewy foundation from what I've seen. And let's just go right in. I did use the Marc Jacobs Youthquake. It's actually a moisturizer, and I've been using that now for about a week under all my makeup, and it's actually a restructurizing cream. I'm just going to grab this little brush. This is just a Morphe G6 brush. I normally don't use Morphe brushes anymore. I just find that they are not lasting like some of the other ones, but this is just, I just grabbed it. Their foundation brushes aren't too bad. Right in my eyebrow. This is a light to medium coverage, and I thought that would be nice because some of my girls out there like more of a kind of no foundation, not necessarily look. We like the no foundation feel. You don't want to feel like you have this crap all over your face, especially when it's 90 degrees outside. I'm in Orlando, Florida, so it is extremely hot here. I am going to run some errands today, so I don't want like a huge face of makeup, but I wanted something. I want to try something. Now, when I'm normally on off camera, I use a lot of my foundation. I just use my hand, and I want to try that with this because this is some of my trouble areas, is right in here where stuff just does not want to blend right, and it doesn't look, I know I'm supposed to use in this finger, but I don't have a lot of feeling in that finger, so I wound up poking myself in the eye. I did have surgery on this elbow and this hand, so go figure. See how that it just gives not necessarily a little bit more coverage, but I'm getting a little bit more, well, coverage on this red area, but this is the area that tends to not want to hold foundation very well, and this area down here, I can never blend this in right. I always find myself on camera actually editing out the part where I'm like going in with my finger and really blending it into these areas. And the reason being, if you have more mature skin, you're going to have areas that you have, you know, more your wrinkles and more your tighter area. And I just don't feel like I can blend it, get a nice blend without doing that. So that, and also when you go up into your hairline, because this is a tad bit darker than my actual face. Now my body's more of a red. I have more red tones when I get sun. The thing I like is I have that Youthquake from Marc Jacobs underneath this, and it's really giving a nice plumping effect, especially through here. Now, I have tried so many different skincares, and you know, I keep winding up going to more of a custard like feel to a moisturizer where it's a little thicker. It's not really gel, but it's not really cream, kind of that hybrid, and that's exactly what you get out of the Marc Jacobs. I did want to set some areas of my face. I'm not going to set my entire face, but I haven't pulled this powder out. This is the Becca, the the Hydra Mist powder. Sorry, I can't speak today. And I'm going to grab, this is that Wayne Goss, the airbrush brush. It doesn't have a number or anything, they just call it the airbrush brush. And I've been really enjoying this for powders because it really picks that powder up light, and it's like nothing clumps. See how it sits so evenly on there, and this has been the best powder brush, actually all around brush, because when I'm not on camera, I use this for almost everything. Now, there's certain areas of my face that I have to set, and that is right here in my cheeks where this red area is. And that is mainly because I'm covering an area that is a different color than the foundation. When you're doing that, and it starts to wear off, you get those patches that just they don't look right, because you're seeing either a lighter color skin, a redder color skin, you're seeing a different skin tone. This is pretty. I'm really liking this. I haven't used this Hydro Mist powder in a while. I love it, but it doesn't, for some reason, it doesn't hold that water feeling. It dries out. No. At first I thought it was kind of gimmicky, and then, I wasn't sure. But I'm going to grab the Becca. This is the pink powder. What do they call this? Pink Haze. Now, I have been really enjoying taking this because it is a pretty deep pink. Especially if you have fair skin like I do. And I use that right in here. See how that gives... I'm so fair that I'm actually able to use this as kind of a blush. It just gives a little bit of a flush. I'm going to use this brush for everything today. I'm going to go ahead. This is my Smashbox, the Cali Contour. And when I tell you, I use this one here. I'll use this as a blush even on me, and I like it. Now on normal days I'll go into this color here and just a tad into there, just to kind of give it a little more of a cool tone. And I'm just carving out that cheek just ever so much. Now I always set it and then I blend it upwards. I'm not doing like a full crazy look today. This is another product I've really been liking. This is the Amore Pacific Moisture Bound Skin Energy Hydration Delivery System. That's a mouthful, I know. I got this at Sephora, and I've been using it to really set my face. I've been using it to set my face, and see how it really just melds all those powders in together. Nothing looks cakey. Everything looks nice and clear. That I've really been enjoying this. As you can tell, I've really worn that out. The Brow Quickie from Too Faced. It does have these little fibers in it, and it just kind of helps in areas that you don't really have a lot. You kind of back combing into the brow, see, and then comb it forward in areas that you don't have a lot, and then just kind of softly drag it over the others. This brow has a lot less than the other one. Everybody always has one that's a little different, but see, it doesn't, I like how it's more of a natural tone. It doesn't have those red tones to it. It's more of a taupey color. This does come in 2 colors. I always thought it came in 1, but it comes in 2. This is taupe. You can't even read my little container anymore. It just looks so natural. It matches my hair perfectly. It doesn't give you that kind of overdone brow. If you're not doing a lot for the day, it's just perfect. It gives you a nice little frame for the eye. I'm grabbing the Nudie Patootie palette. This has really been, as you can tell, I use the hell out of this. It's been really a go-to palette for me. I've really been enjoying it since I've gotten it. I like to go into this stark, the white color right here. And when I'm doing this look, I like to go ahead and start with the lighter color. Now this is a shimmery kind of white. It's very pretty. Go ahead and highlight the brow. Now if you have hooded eyes, you want to barely, see how I barely right there. You don't want to highlight any of this area here. If you bring this area here forward, you're going to wind up with your eye looking more hooded than it already is. But see how that brings that out and just kind of helps. Once I fill this in, that white is really going to help kind of draw your eye down and draw this out. I'm going to go into streaking right here. I like to go into streaking and tap into reveal, but today I'm just going to go into streaking, and I'm going to bring that right here into that crease. I'm going to bring that right to the edge of where we set that white. You want to make sure you start right here in the corner of your eye and go up, and you want to bring that to the brow. And then that area, you want to basically, where you didn't put the white, you want to put this color. See, and if you bring it in here a little bit, it kind of helps tie in with your nose. I am so excited. I have a big day today. I've got, hopefully I have a package in the mail today that I need to send out to one of my users. It is very difficult. You guys know I do a lot of giveaways. It's difficult when I do the international giveaways because they don't pick it up at my house. I found that out the hard way. I have to actually take it to the mailbox, the post office, or take it to UPS or something. I'm gonna go into Nakey. Now I have a smaller brush for this, and I'm barely picking that up. And I want to come in here really tight into that crease. I want to keep that very low in that crease, right in there. And that's why I use a little smaller brush and just pick the color up on the tip of the brush. And when I set that in, I want to set that real low. And right, what I'm doing is framing that white that I put in there. Bring that all the way down to your tear duct. You want to put most of the color out here and then slowly work it down into the tear duct. You don't want to close that off too much. And then we want to go ahead and bring that to the corner of the eye on the outside. And I like to just brush it inward. See, I'm not closing that eye off, but I'm giving that a little shadow right there. Now I'm going to take the brush that I used first, and then I'm going to, right on the edge of that, you want to stay on the upper edge of that darker color and just go across, and on the outer edge. And just really soften that. Now you see a lot of people put tape right here, whatnot. That is so bad for your eyes. For one, you're pulling at that skin. You don't want to do that. Plus, a lot of these, if you're using just regular tape, packing tape, I've seen girls put Scotch tape. You do not want those chemicals on your face. I added some information in about what tape can do to your skin. Please pause this and read over it. It's very interesting. There are certain tapes that are made for that. I personally would not suggest any. If you want to use that kind of, if you want that kind of abrupt look, you can take a makeup brush and you just set it along where you want it, like that. And you get the same sharp line, and you don't cause any disruption to your face. I'm 49 years old, and I've never. Oh, I got to do that over here. I'm not real big on that. See that? I don't like that sharp look. Now I got to do it over here. But there's a little way you can do. I don't know if you can see what I've done. I've created a wing here without a wing. When you have hooded eyes, the wing's the hardest thing. I'm going to blend that edge out. Now, see, I said I wasn't going to do dramatic makeup, and here we go. We just did it. Keep that right there on the edge. And it just takes a second, and you get the same sharpness without losing the makeup underneath. When you use something else like a makeup wipe or something to wipe it or clean it afterwards, you do wipe away your foundation or your base or whatever that was there. And I grabbed, this is my favorite brush. Everybody knows this is the Kylie number 15 brush. I've thought about buying another one of these just because I like it so much, but I'm just going to use that to soften that up. We'll keep that little sharp wing-like look right there. Bring that. So one of the hardest things about makeup is getting it even on both sides. There, my powder brush. And kind of, I always go over right here just to make sure when you're blending your shadow, you kind of brush them out. You can get a little bit of extra right through there. Very natural, very just pretty eye look for today. I've been kind of staying away from this because I was using it so much, but I'm going to use the Juvia's Place, the Tribe Highlighter Volume 3 today again. And this brush here is the Eco Tools. It's called the Warm Ocean, I think it is. This is great for if you want more of a natural highlight. I'll show you how you can do this. You just kind of want to pick up your highlight, dust off the extra, and just kind of see how I'm just ever so lightly. Now, depending on the intensity of your highlight is what you're going to get from this. And I call this the milk mustache, because if you put too much, it looks like you have a milk mustache. I came up with that when I was watching one of these girls on YouTube, probably Nikki Tutorials, and I just got a funny laugh out of that. Let me just blend that in a little more. Go ahead and grab it. This is my Luxie 734 brush. It's a little looser. It's not as dense. And my Milani Press Set and Glow. I like to take this and just load it up on the brush and just kind of go around and just soften and kind of buff everything in. And it just really, I try to avoid where you put the highlighter because you don't want to buff that all over. And a lot of makeup artists do this. It's a buffing technique where you just kind of buff a nice, it isn't like a really super shiny powder, but it does have a little bit of a glow to it. And it just gives your face more of that skin-like glow. I like to very lastly go and just lightly go over my highlighter. I have been enjoying this. This is the Pixie Glow Mist. I picked this up the other day. I kept hearing everybody talk about it, so I went ahead and grabbed it because I wanted to see what it was like, and I liked it. Now I'm gonna grab, this is Yo no sé. If you know Spanish, you know what that means? Yo no sé, I don't know. Like, I don't understand, I don't know. Yo no sé. And this is from Hank and Henry. If you have not tried Hank and Henry's formula, it is so different. It's not dry, but it's matte. It's long lasting. It doesn't cake up, but it just looks so pretty on the lip. If you haven't watched his live streams, you really need to catch one of his live streams. He is so funny. I absolutely love him. Well, I'm gonna grab my Sumatra and go ahead and just put a little bit of that in my waterline. A lot of people say that putting it in waterline really closes your eye off. I just think it makes it look more of a finished eye. I'm a child of the 80s and we all did that. Now I also like to define the top of my eye. You have a little, it's like the outer part of your inner line right there. You have a little line from your lashes right along just the very edge where you're not going over onto the eyelid, you're going into the eyelash and kind of defining the eye there. And that really helps to define the eye, just to go along the top. Now, just for something fun, I have been wanting to try this. This is the Snap Scara from Maybelline, and I've got it in blue. Now, I talk about being a child of the 80s. The 80s was all about blue mascara. I have not tried this. Now, it claims, what are the claims on here? This claims to easy on, off mascara, on in a snap, smooth, clump-free volume, last all day. I don't think it's waterproof, no. And I got this in the, they call it Deja Blue. What a name, huh? And I'm gonna go ahead and put that on. Can you tell it's blue? See, it just gives a little bit of color. I kind of wish they would have made it a little more of a shocking blue, a brighter blue. It does go on very nice. It's not clumpy. Oh, I really, look at the lift I got out of that. Wow. You know, I wasn't sure if I was going to like this, but look at that lift. Well, I will let you know if it holds that lift because I got a lot of lift out of that. have really long lashes, and that's why I don't really go and put falsies on. I use the New Lash, which if you haven't tried that, it really will boost your lashes. But you can't use false lash. You can, but it's gonna really be kind of counterproductive. But that is it. I hope you guys like this. I just figured I would do kind of a nice glowy look, and kind of, I mean, besides the eyes, really the skin wise, it's just like a kind of natural, kind of finished, clean look. And if you have hooded eyes, if you use a white on the lid, see how that really just makes that lid, the lid I do have, let me relax my eye, you can see the lid that does show really kind of pops. Very hooded eyes. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.